chance to review last month's minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Any corrections or changes? Would entertain a motion to approve.
I move we approve the motion as the minutes as written for the last meeting.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
I second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, and those opposed? None, motion passed.
All right.
And we go to the quotes for the amphitheater.
Yeah, the unfinished business there. We're in the process of soliciting quotes from 3 different vendors, contractors for the amphitheater project. Quotes are to be received before Friday, the 31st at 10:30 a.m. So hopefully if the quotes are within our budget range, we'll be able to take those to the Board of Works and move forward with the project. So I just wanted to keep you updated where we have. So we have solicited for quotes and moving forward. So we're looking for a timeline probably in July to October or November for completion. So,
Okay, very good.
yep.
Any questions for Larry? Guess not.
Been on everything.
Guess we're good. Thank you, Larry. Okay, moving on to new business. Mr. Thomas has not been here, so.
Yeah, we had he had called the office and had a request, and I told him he needed to come before the park board. He did a story, I don't know if you saw it on E3 News, about the commercial electric mowers that he was starting a business, and he wanted to bring it to the park. And I asked him if he wanted to demo it in the park or what he wanted to do, and he actually wanted to just bring it to the park and kind of be like a vendor and show people what he had and everything else. So, you know, when we get into vendor situations, we haven't allowed that in the past, so that's why I asked him to come, but obviously he didn't come tonight, so I'm fine if we just
Okay, we'll move on.
move on, yeah.
Very good. Sean, we'll go right to you.
Hi. Okay, so on the maintenance report, we planted all of the flowers in the downtown area and mulched all of those beds. Also today, we just wrapped up planting flowers in all of the parks. We are almost finished mulching all of those beds. We should have them wrapped up tomorrow. Over at McKinley Park, we did a pretty neat thing. We had some volunteers from Eisenhower School. Their student council came. So we had a group of 5th graders and a group of 6th graders, and we split them up by grade. They each picked a bed, and we gave them the flowers and let them do their own design in each bed. So I'm really curious to see how those turn out this summer, but it was pretty neat. We had a lot of fun with them. I think the kids had a lot of fun. They'll be able to come back this summer and see the flowers growing and know they had a hand in that. So I thought it was a pretty cool
That's at
deal.
McKinley?
Yeah, McKinley Park. We're, let's see, okay, it's been pretty difficult to maintain parks with all the rain we've had. We've been mowing, weed eating, edging, all of that in the rain. The crew's been awesome about doing it. They've had a good attitude. Big Memorial Day rush, this is kind of our grand opening weekend, so we've really been getting after it. Hopefully we get a couple days of sun, but we'll see. And I think that's about it.
You sure there's not going to be any frost for those flowers, or are we done with
I was
that?
sweating last night.
There was
I
a
think it
couple
last
days
night or the
that-
night before,
pretty
yeah.
close,
Yeah,
It was close. but-
yeah, well, keep our fingers crossed. Very good, thank you. Sheila?
So my rec staff has all started. Skate park opened a month ago, and we've only been, because of all the rain, we've only been able to be open for 4 days out of the month. And if it wasn't, you know, actively raining, it was under 55, and it's just too cold to be out there, and your, you know, gloves and things. So yeah, we've only been able to be open 4 days. So that's kind of discouraging, but we're hoping for nicer weather in the future, and we can get out there and get the kids skating again. We've got lots of programs coming up in the next month before I'll see you again. We'll have the rock concert before then, so I'll get your tickets out to you probably the week before the concert. I'll get those out to you. I'm trying to think what else. We've got our small concerts starting, obviously. Saturday the 1st, we have our fishing derby and our Touch a Truck, so that's a big day for us down in Municipal Park area around the pavilion.
Actually have a NASCAR team,
We
truck
do.
team
Truck
coming
team.
for that, Ben
Yeah.
Rhodes and.
This will be
so that'll
exciting.
neat.
Yeah, we've got a lot of interesting vehicles coming this year, so new stuff that we haven't had before. And we'll get a press release out about what exactly is coming as soon as everyone is confirmed. But I'm excited about this year. It's gonna be good. So I want to touch on our lifeguard situation. We talked at the last meeting about how I was, not getting very many to apply. We've ended up with 4 lifeguards. So we will not be guarding Pike this year. It will be swim at your own risk. Center will be guarded Wednesday through Sunday, as long as we have the staffing to uphold those hours. We will try our best to have guards from Wednesday to Sunday, which is the same schedule that we did have last year. We were just able to do Pike some last year.
Jill, are you getting people coming in, but they're not qualified, or are you getting nobody?
Nobody.
Oh, my goodness.
Bill, it's not only our department, the Y is struggling, Wino Lake is struggling, it's just. an
Syracuse,
ongoing
I've
thing.
heard, is not having
Syracuse.
guards, yeah, because they
there-
just don't have any.
There's a lot of systems that are going to just swim at your own risk and have no guards, period. They feel that it's, less of a headache just to have 2 guards, try to do so much of the work and be overcome. We really need 14 guards to run our system, to run it to the full capacity. We did 7 last year.
Right.
We have 4 this year. The trend is going in the wrong direction, so, if it doesn't look any better next year, I mean, that may be what we are forced to go to, just swim at your own risk at the lakes.
And what is the liability if it's marked, swim at your own risk, are we okay?
Yes, that's the way it's been in the past, but I had a conversation with the mayor today, and we will check with our new insurance carriers,
Okay.
make sure, but, we have the lifeguards chairs on the beach and on the piers are marked with signs that are flipped down that say swim at your own risk, when they're not on duty, so.
And those are, excuse me, those aren't something that can be easily taken away?
Well, they're,
Seems like a collector thing for
they're
a
bolted
dormer
and
or something.
padlocked on, they're bolted and padlocked on, so, I
Great,
mean, yeah,
okay.
yeah. They're pretty
Sure.
secure, but not bulletproof.
How have you been doing with volunteers? I know you've been putting it in the paper and so forth. Is it the same thing with the people we hire? We can't get volunteers too?
We're pretty good on volunteers.
Oh, really?
We have a couple from the senior center that will come down and help with the children's programming that's through the week. That's the biggest part of the volunteers that we need, that and the carnival.
The 4, is that the lifeguards? Is that the 4, is that the total?
That's
that we
total.
have?
Yes,
Okay, I thought maybe you had 4 new ones,
No,
but
that's,
4 is it,
that's it.
yes. Yeah,
okay?
She does have a full rec staff, though, and
I
it's
do.
exciting. I mean, they're new.
Yep.
They're ambitious, so it should be another good year on the rec side. And Sean, he's a couple people short, but since our last meeting, he's found 7, I think it is, so it's making it a little easier on us, finding some part-time help that'll start here shortly, so.
we have a full staff at the skate park also, so if we get some nice days, we can get them working too. Okay, that's all I have.
That's it?
That's it.
Okay. Questions, comments? I have a question. How's the testing of the lake water any problems with the goose?
Well, that starts this weekend, after this
Okay.
weekend. The health department will start that when the swimming season starts. So
Okay.
the lake level has been relatively high, still is high. Of course, we have the Lakes Fest Friday, kicking off with the concert. Saturday is their big day, and then Sunday they have the ski show. And I had a conversation with them about the lake level today, and hopefully it's down low enough that we can go on with the ski show. I'm concerned about the residents around the lake and the waves, but they're going to monitor that and make that call themselves, so. Another thing is, next month is budget sessions already. We'll bring the budget to the park board. Depending on how that falls, we may adjust our meeting week ahead or a week behind, depending on how that falls, and I'll let you know on that. I've been working really hard on mine. We're still waiting on some figures from the clerk's office and HR to plug some things in there, Diana, as well as you know that, but other than that, I think I'm ready for it, but another thing I wanted to just say, and you all know this, we're, like Sean said, we're struggling with our projects with rain. The Kelly Park, every time we get close to being able to grade the grade out there for the playground, we get a monsoon. The pickleball people have asked me, you know, when they're gonna be completed. Well, it's just too saturated and too wet to get equipment in there, so I just ask for everybody's patience. You know, as we go on, it's wetter and wetter, contractors get behind, so it's gonna take some time, but we'll get it done this year sometime, so.
So the weather's obviously affected a number of areas, the planting the flowers, just the.
Yeah, it's had a big effect. I mean, not only the rain, but the cold, the temperatures, and I mean, it's just some of the things we do on a daily basis. It's just so saturated that we can't do them right now. So,
Yeah, we understand.
yep.
Now, I saw something, and I didn't read the article, I just looked at the pictures. But it was, you were involved with the shoreline restoration, where was that? Was that at Pike Lake?
That was at Winona.
That was
Oh, it was
She did
Winona,
that,
okay.
yes, yeah.
We have done a shoreline restoration project along Pike Lake, though, that currently, right now, it is flooded. And it flooded up back behind it, so once the water goes down, we're probably gonna have to fill and
Yeah.
redo some things. And that's with the stormwater fees that the city collects, that money.
Yeah, Mike Levine from, he has noticed the washouts that we've had from the heavy rain, so they'll come back and assess it once the lake levels get down and repair the parts that they did it, so, yeah. It's moving along well, though. We did all the campgrounds. They're working on the point at Pike Lake, and then they'll be moving over to Lucerne again and adding on to the first part where we did the 200 feet over there, and they'll start coming south to the condominiums there, so.
And if you haven't had a chance to go back to Lucerne, because we don't meet there anymore, but it's really exciting to see how well established all those plants are now
Coming along, yeah.
and how it's holding the shoreline in, so it is working. Yeah.
And I think we saw the bid notice in the paper go out for the walkway. Did I see that?
Which one we were talking
Was it for the,
Oh, you mean for the plaza?
Yes.
Yes, the Buffalo Street project. Yes, that did go out for bid. They hope to get some bids back and get that rolling. They've got some deadlines to meet down there, so hopefully they'll get some positive bids and be able to roll on that
Yep.
too. So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we've actually, when we looked on that, we looked at the water feature down there. There were several options. One option was city water in, city water out, which gets pretty expensive per month to run it. Another thing was a recirculation system, which you have to have a licensed pool operator license to run the recirculating system. So we looked at putting in a well over by the Nye cabin and running it by well water, so we could have well water in, treated well water, softened well water in, or take the iron out of it, the minerals that would harm the fountain, and use that, and then we would have water in and water out with less maintenance and trouble. So that's the way they're planning on going. It seems the most feasible way and less maintenance, so.
Sure.
But there's a lot of good things happening there. We're excited about the gazebo over at Nye Park there. It's gonna be a beautiful gazebo, and of course the interactive fountain, ADA fountain, and the art sculpture is due. I mean, it's in the stages of being created and put there, so a lot of good things coming. They just gotta get that bid and get it started, so, yep.
Sounds like lots of things are happening. We appreciate everyone's help and everything that's happening.
We can just get some sunshine and get to work.
Anyone else? Nothing further. We'll accept a motion to adjourn the meeting.
So move. I'll second.
A second, all in favor?
Aye.
Very brief. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Yes.
What have you heard about those townhomes they're gonna build and all that stuff? I wanna buy one, seriously.
They're getting ready to build some of them.
Is there a plan somewhere or pictures or?
You'd have to check with Jeremy.